There we go. Greetings, Earthbound travelers, and the tech gremlins have already started. Welcome to tonight's episode of Will of the Dice Presents the Scions of Oblivion. I'm your host, Tier the DM, the world's okayest DM, and I will be your guide through this cacophony of clusterfuckery. Before we get started, we do have some things to get out of the way. One, this is for mature audiences only. If you're a non-mature audience, get the fuck out. I'm not being nice with it tonight. Two, we are in no way affiliated with any type of creator, publication, or whatever of tabletop role-playing games. We're just a bunch of geeks getting together to play D&D and share that experience with you all, which we are grateful to have you along for the ride. There's that out of the way. Now we'll talk about some dice, Locke.
Dice! Yes, hi, gamers. I'm Locke Clark, and I'm here to talk to you about our partners in this endeavor, Level Up Dice, fine purveyors of luxury dice for all your sexy dice needs. And tonight, I'm going to talk to you about those dice. You know, I keep talking about them. You've heard me talk about them. You know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say the Ambassador dice, because you've heard it before. But look, I now have them in my hot little hands. Look at how shiny. Look at yes, pretty. You're hypnotized. You want to buy them. The coolest part is, you see that symbol? That symbol right there? That's the 20. Pictures want to be seen. You should make it seen. Yes. So, I'm going to say this. Having seen them on the website and having held them in my hands, the pictures on the website do not do them justice. You need to go look at those pictures anyway, though, because they're what you've got to go by. So you're going to go to our portal to get to their website. That's going to let them know you came from us. It's going to make us look good, and you want us to look good, right? So you can go do that. And then you can go look at anything else on the site, too. From there, just go there first and look at our Ambassador dice. Maybe buy some. You've got friends who need Christmas presents. You've got friends who are dice dragons. You've got friends who are dice goblins. You probably know a dice dwarf or two. So go and get your friends some dice for the holidays. It'll make everybody's experience better. So you're going to go to http://bit.ly/ capital W, capital O, capital T, capital D, capital dice. All one word. That's bit.ly/WOTD dice. Also, we would like to thank the people who are providing music for tonight's show. The music heightens our experience. It heightens your experience, makes the game better for everybody. Those musicians are Kevin MacLeod. They are Michael Gelfie. They are Dwergar. And they are our very own Patrick Taylor. Thanks, Pants!
Awesome. Thank you, Locke. And to talk to you a little bit about our One Community, One campaign, Alice.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alice. And once again this week, we do not have a One Community, One campaign. But if you have a small business, or you have a friend, or just know someone who does have a small business around the gaming community, around the SCA community, Ren Fair communities, we're all in this together. Let's give them a shout out, and let's help them so that they can help other people as well. And to do that, you're going to send the info, their name, their company, and a description of what they sell to the number 1 COM, the number 1 CAM at willofthedice.com.
Awesome. Thank you. Also include a link to website, Etsy, or whatever. All right. Patrick.
Oh, hello, Internet. It's been a long time since we've sat down and talked about things. How are you? Doing well? The end of the year is coming around, and with that means more Will of the Dice shows, such as Scions of Oblivion and The Darkened Queen and The Shadowed Rose. And let's say you're behind. Let's say you can't get to Twitch for some weird reason. You've been banned. You've been posting too many poggers in chat. So head on over to YouTube. Find us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com and search Will of the Dice. Do it right now. We are current. You could go watch last week's. You could go watch a one-shot where 3 dragons decide to steal the last mushroom. But do they really? Who knows? Go watch them. It's on youtube.com. Search Will of the Dice. Subscribe. Hit the button for notifications. Ring a ding ding ding. Bye, Internet. YouTube.com. Roll the dice.
Thank you, Patrick. Also, do you want to get a pimp-ass Will of the Dice shirt or hoodie? Head over to our shop, willofthedice.com/shop. All right, that's the announcements made. Let's go ahead and do the introductions and get into tonight's story.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I'll be playing Vinfira tonight. She's the 5'2", grumpy 19-year-old half-elf sorcerer who's become disenchanted with the world. Up until recently, she had extremely pale skin, ice blue eyes, and long dark blue hair, and basically no pulse or breathing, as she kind of existed between that veil between life and death. And she's recently separated the additional soul that she was attached to. So right now she's got long dark blonde hair, honey brown eyes, and healthy normal looking skin, but still has shit for attitude. You can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hello, everyone. It's me again, Patrick. And tonight, I am the voice of Scrimp. Soft of tone and light of foot, Scrimp is a black and white tabaxi hired by the king of the Minotaurs. Trained in the art of spycraft, Scrimp seeks to become Runeth Kesha's greatest spy, and is really enjoying his new stay as basically eyes and ears of a kingdom. And you can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hi again. I'm Alice, the voice of Dandy Santy Gelbing Gigglebox Pincushion Monfrey, the short, fluffy strawberry blonde-headed, light caramel-colored skinned 20-year-old gnome rogue, always dressed in dark thieves' clothes, mostly cheery, sometimes dreary, who is learning that maybe, once all this is over, she might want to be a pirate. Especially considering her alter ego in disguise, Jabadoo Shiver Timber Sparkle Gem, who is a retired pirate, but he's never existed. And you can find me on Twitter at Cap'n Cupcake.
Hi, gamers. I'm still Lot Clark, and you may notice my background is different than normal. That's because I'm not at home. I'm on vacation. I'm chilling at a friend's house. And the dog's not going to come in here, unfortunately, while I'm gaming, but you get to see her, the dog, at the house where I'm staying at. This is Nyla, everyone. Everyone enjoy Nyla while I drink from the cup.
Hi, Nyla.
Okay, Nyla is the most dog a dog has ever dogged. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing Karak Stoutheart, who is the full orc cleric who has recently reconnected with his tribe, but has decided to leave his people to pursue helping his friends stop the end of the world, but now is being called back to his village once more. So we are sailing. Where were we going, Alice?
To the orcs!
That's where we were going. And you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter Patients at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And we want to give a shout out to John, a.k.a. that film guy. Got the booster shot, isn't feeling 100%, so is not with us. But doing the responsible thing, can't fault someone for that. Also, if you want to follow me, you can find me on Twitter at tier_the_DM. I get to play everybody else tonight, and this is going to be fun. Just in case you didn't notice, tonight's episode is Afraid of Shadows. That is the episode title, and there's a reason for that. You see, when last we left the party, they had boarded an airship with Captain Giuseppe, where they had missed the fleet sailing through the air towards Vindathar, where the Tuskspire Mountains reside, where Karak is trying to get to his family. One Wilhelm, former pirate turned merchant, procuring them passage on the ship in exchange for their warrior ways to help keep the ship safe. As expected, they were attacked by pirates. The battle ensued. During this battle, one of them, however, summoned a giant shadow dragon to destroy the pirate ship. So maybe that'll have impact, maybe it won't. However, the party was victorious. They sinking the other ship, cutting the moor lines to keep from being dragged down. And that is exactly where we resume as that battle has ended. This is where we discover, have you been forsaken to the will of the dice? The silence is almost deafening as everyone is just standing staring as the ship that attacked you sinks into the blue. What would you like to do?
Woohoo!
Good job, everyone.
I'd like to note, so at this point, the shadow dragon is just kind of circling the ship. Fucking pirates.
Maybe anyone else will think twice before trying to take this vessel. Ah.
They certainly should.
I look around for the captain.
The captain is standing near the helm, looking very intently at all of you.
I stride across the deck confidently towards the captain, and get like if he's up on the helm.
Yes.
So I'll approach to like where the stairs for the helm are, and just so I can yell up to him easier. Like, we have successfully defended your ship.
I need to see all of you in my quarters immediately. He will stride down the steps on the opposite side of where you are standing, Karak.
Wait a minute.
Tyr, I have a question.
Yes.
Wasn't the captain in a wheelchair?
He was in a wheelchair.
He'll stride, He's ever striding
still
in a
roll.
wheelchair. Roll quickly. Stride.
Making
Yes,
sure I remembered
Giuseppe
it
is in a
right.
battle chair. Yeah. It's going to be one of those nights, folks. It's been too long since we played, so...
That's what happens when we take a week off for a holiday and then we run a one-shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I want to say, I'm going to take time right now. I want to say thank you to Patrick for running that one shot. Where I'm back on the on-call schedule every couple of weeks. And I will have to be MIA. And so different people will be bringing you different one-shots on those nights. And Patrick was our first victim. Wahahaha.
It was only a little bit terrifying. Scrimple sheath swords and things and kind of just wait around to follow everybody else to follow the captain.
Dandy's
Ventura-
got a pep in her step as she follows the captain.
Venfira will speak to the shadow dragon in Infernal. It remains for a full hour after she summons it, and she will simply give it to the instruction to defend the ship. And then follow the others, kind of just ignoring everyone else around her.
So the dragon is still there. Good to know.
Yeah, the dragon is still there.
Just as a note here, I have not released concentration on my spell.
Okay.
So call lightning. There's still a thundercloud over the ship.
So entering the quarters, the captain's quarters, it is very, very opulent. The large four-poster canopy bed, the huge writing desk, several charts and maps along the walls, bits and baubles, knickknacks and the such. He will maneuver his wheelchair behind his desk, pulling out a small brass box, opening it, pulling out a red dexahedral, and setting it on the desk in front of him. He will then regard you each for a moment. What the fuck was that?
Efficient.
The dragon.
What about it?
You know that you've scared the crew half to death.
Not my fault if your crew's a bunch of pansies.
Sir, if I might, you understand how magic works, yes?
Yes, I do.
Right. So, what would you have preferred us to summon to defend your ship? if there's a good list and a bad list, could you just give that to us now, or?
No. Do not misunderstand me. I am thankful that you were here to help keep us safe. I was informed that it would be low-key.
We weren't told that it needed to be low-key.
It is at this time that there will be a rap on the door. The first mate entering. Captain, we got a problem. There's something weird in the lift chamber.
Would you like us to come with you to investigate?
The
Define
captain.
weird.
There is a satchel of sorts with hanging vials and bells and chimes and several bottles of blue liquid and
Sounds like
some clockwork gears.
a professional will have to look into. And he'll just
Dandy's-
immediately start walking towards the lift room.
Dandy's just gonna frown because this sounds exactly like a trap she very recently encountered.
Dandelion, perhaps you should help Scrimp.
Yeah. She'll follow the cat.
I look back at the captain. Do you want me to have a word with the crew?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Assure them that you are not here to harm them. Put on your best face.
I can do that.
Then I'll look at Karak. Better you than me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must see what this is in the lift chamber.
Maybe you should keep clear and let the rogues check it out.
They
This
are
is-
quite good at this.
If shit goes sideways, we don't want you caught up in it.
You sound like trouble follows you, my friends.
I mean,
No idea what you're talking about. I'm going to stroll out onto the deck. I'm going to move up to the helm. I am going to... I'm going to drop a bolt of lightning just, like, off the bow of the ship, enough to, like, illuminate me and help get everyone's attention. And when the crack of thunder rings out, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to oh yay everyone to look at me.
And everyone does.
Your captain has brought it to my understanding that some of you may have some lingering superstitions about... I just sort of gesture at the dragon that is circling the ship. But let me assure you that it is just a magical construct. It is not the real beast. We can summon things from other planes, and it's just really borrowing energy from another plane of existence and shaping it into something familiar. That's what this is. And it helped destroy the ship that was trying to destroy you. We are your friends, and no ill omens exist, and I punctuate that with another slam of lightning.
All right, give me a persuasion check. I'll allow it with advantage.
Awesome. That's under skills. What is my persuasions? Such a big number. All right. Don't fuck me, Ustad. Hey, 19. Oh, and you said I get advantage. And the second roll is a natural 1. Advantage.
Right.
Thank you, Nyla. And thank
They,
you, Ustad.
There is some grumbling amongst them, but they eye you warily, but they seem to accept that no harm will come to them. As they quickly will just sort of give a nod in your direction and return to the focus of their tasks after the ship's battle.
Venfira,
What?
I know that your creature is going to continue to ensure our safety for the next while. Perhaps you could ask it to circle below the ship rather than above the ship. That way they don't see it as readily.
Fine. And she'll speak in Infernal, asking the dragon to fly lower so it stays below the level of the ship and continues to guard.
All right.
Not my fucking fault a bunch of fucking sailors are afraid of a fucking shadow.
Yes, hopefully they are more open-minded than the last group we sailed with.
Yeah, well, I haven't met the sailor who is.
We'll see.
So, that being handled, below deck, you're brought to two steel doors, chained, multiple locks. The first mate taking his time to carefully open up what is considered the lift chamber. For those of you that are not familiar with airships, the way the airships work is there's a giant blue sphere in the hull of the ship. It's in the lift chamber. When applied magic, it can change how it reacts with gravity. They are artificers have gone to great lengths to construct these mechanisms using these magical blue stones. You will see a large sphere about the size of 2 or 3 wagons put together. The thing is massive. And there, sitting in front of it, is 3 satchels. Each satchel has a series of bells and vials hanging off the sides.
Is the guy who showed us here still in the room with us, or is he?
Oh, he's there with you, yes.
Good sir, I am going to have to insist that you, leave quickly out of this room, just on the off chance that things go not the same way, and you're not.
No.
You'll be able to save yourself.
I'm not taking my eyes off the lift or you.
Very well, very well.
Might I suggest you can keep an eye, but just back up a lot.
As close to the door as possible, if that's possible for you.
Or if there's somewhere that you can get cover behind, that'd be a good place to stand near.
I'm not saying that we are going to blow everything up, but we are going to follow this guy just on the off chance. No biggie.
So does this look like the same mechanism that I became acquainted with in the,
It looks more
castle?
complex.
And you're sure this wasn't here before just now?
It was not here before we set sail. I inspected this room myself. Okay, I gotta shout this out. So we have someone named Rock's wife that showed up and cast guidance and has actually come to the stream. They just put
Hi,
it
Rock's wife.
that Venfira is their new spirit animal.
Kira, I'm gonna head down towards where Dandy and Scrimp are. Now that I have, what was the word Lollipop used in chat? Scare-vinced the crew into being nice.
Could Scrimp do an investigation check? Just looking at how everything is wired without touching it. His whole goal is that he's going to see everything and see how it's wired in the sense of Not exactly what does it do, but what triggers what if we were to do what.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Can I help with that?
Sure. So
Okay.
you get it with advantage.
A 24.
24. I need everyone but Scrimp to please earmuff.
Thank you for the help.
This is a very complex series of, well, for lack of a better word, traps.
Mm-hmm.
Investigating while you're looking at it, you notice that each one of the satchels contains a closed cylinder, and inside of each cylinder is smaller closed cylinders that are floating in different parts of the cylinder. Working your way off of that, you notice that these tubes are the same fire tubes that you all had encountered before. So basically what it breaks down to is the way that this is constructed is that if one goes off, they all go off.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that they're tied to is altitude.
So what you're saying is we're living in a fantasy version of speed where we can't go below 55 miles an hour, except for 55 miles an hour translates to however high in the air we are.
Yes.
First of all, thank you. That's incredible. That's amazing. Secondly, is there a way with this investigation to know how high we have to be in the air?
Your current altitude is the set. If you
Is
drop
the
below
set.
if you drop 50 feet below your current altitude, this
Okay.
will explode.
Cool.
You got a 24.
Cool.
I'll give you that.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. The 50 works because then I'll just ask the guy when we come back. Hell yeah. So excited. Let me get my game face on.
So I can bring everybody back.
Yeah. So Scrimp's gonna look over at Dandy after looking at like how everything's wired, and he's gonna look at Dandy. He's gonna sigh. There's good news, bad news. Good news. It hasn't gone off yet. The bad news. Excuse me, Mr. I did not catch your name, and I am very sorry. But, what is our current altitude right now, number-wise?
I do not know. I'd have to look at the helm, but
Sure, that's perfectly fine. I know some sailors they can tell by the wind or whatever. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. Anyway, the question I have to ask to you is to make sure, is there a way you can communicate to the upper deck that we are not to drop below 50 more than where we are at now?
Did you just turn this into speed?
God, you bastard!
We cannot drop below 50 of the altitude we are at currently. We have to be above 50 of whatever. Now minus 50 is the lowest that we can go. If we go lower than that, boom. Now, this is good news, bad news. Good news, we now know what we are dealing with. Bad news, it goes off, we die.
how do we land if we can't go below 50 feet?
Well, you don't have to land. You don't have to stop flying. You just have to remove the bomb off of the ship and fly at a high enough altitude that we can throw it away and not have to worry about the shock blast.
You don't understand. The lift chambers only have so much energy. We have to land to recharge them.
I see.
Have I gotten there yet, Tyr?
You are there now. Ta-da! You appear for the last part of that conversation.
So it's bad, is what I'm hearing. Is that?
Have you ever read the novel Velocity? It is a good novel.
Yes.
It is a velocity.
Wait. I start looking and I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Vinfira would be Sandra Bullock. And
Yes, the Sandy Bullock.
And that makes me... I'm definitely not Keanu in this analogy.
Unfortunately, I think you are Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, I think I'm just... But that means you're going to shoot me, and that's...
No.
I'm just very upset about it.
Dandy and I are both... I am the Keanu, the Reeves is Dandy.
I see. So now we just have to figure out who the Dennis of Hopper is. Yes.
From my personal experience with all of you, currently this is probably a guy who kills things. He's not liked. He tried to kill Andy. It was in the documents. Shit, what is it?
No. Yes, I know who you're talking. You're talking about.
Yes.
I'm not saying his name. No.
Yes.
This doesn't feel like him.
Well, we don't know if he's the one that set the traps like this in the palace.
Right. Whatever this. All right. Wait.
We're stalling on time.
Who?
Shipmate Captain Man, we must fly higher in the sky. Currently, this
Wait.
plan will only work if we are only higher than the sky than 50.
Does it require more energy for us to fly higher?
Yes.
So we should not expend any more energy because we need all of the time we have in the air to figure out this problem. So we should maintain our altitude.
Off bomb.
Yes. Once we have the bomb off of the thing, we can then use power to rise so we can throw the bomb off and it detonate far, far below us.
Can the dragon give us extra lift?
That is a good question. I like the way you're thinking.
I'm going to let you know on that 24 scrimp, if you go higher than another 10 feet, it'll explode.
And then Scribble go, fuck, wait. Cylinders can be aligned in two different ways, which means if we go higher, we could blow up either way. Fuck, I forgot about those cylinders work. Damn cylinders.
It's alright. Alright. So,
we maintain.
You two need to work on diffusing that. I'm going to get Siraj. Come here, Siraj. I go grab Siraj by the large forepaw and bring her over. Siraj is going to stand here. I put one of Siraj's hands on Dandy's head. I put one on Scrim's head. Siraj, you're going to give them guidance as much as they need. All right, that's done. Now I'm free to do other things.
I think not. Good try.
Okay. All right, you two need to work on figuring out how to get the bomb off of there and to defuse it. Me and Finfira, we're going to go and we're going to try and figure out how the bomb got there and if the person who set it is still on the ship, because if they are, that is dangerous.
It might also be like the floating raccoon.
Sorry.
What?
You remember before we got to the Minotaur Kingdom, the poor raccoon? He was floating off into space.
Right. Yes. I don't think the raccoon floated off with a bomb attached to it and attached the bomb to this shape. Never mind.
What I'm saying is it might be weird magic stuff like that. Like when my clothes tried to eat me.
This doesn't feel like that, though. This feels like it was done on purpose. This is very deliberate. You, mate. First mate, is that right?
Yes, first mate Hawkins.
Hawkins, good man. Who has access to that chamber?
Just me.
Just you.
Well, and the captain.
And the captain. No other keys.
No.
And the last time...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And the last time you put eyes on the chamber...
Before we set sail.
And it was fine.
It was fine.
Is there any chance in your mind's eye of this that the bomb that it came from the other ship, that someone got over here and planted it while we were fighting?
I don't. That would have been a hell of a feat.
Agreed. The only people I saw got dumped in the ocean.
Mate Hawkins, I have a single question to ask you finally. How much time do we have before we dip below 50, now minus 50 feet?
Well, we need to recharge. Got about an hour.
And then falling begins happening, yes.
Well, that's the halfway point. Usually we expend half of our energy. We will land in the Forgotten Sea, meet up with the flotilla, recharge, and then that way we know if we get into trouble, we've got enough to make it so far back.
How is it recharged?
The artificers do it. I'm not sure.
Do you have one of them on board?
No, they're in the flotilla.
Because I mean, if it's just power, I can generate lightning.
I'm not sure. Maybe the captain knows.
I will go and ask the captain. And I'm going to go find Venfira now and inform Venfira that she's now Sandra Bullock and we're doing speed and that I'm gonna and that we need to go talk to the captain.
We're doing a speed.
So the first mate, is his first name by any chance James?
It is not, because that would be a violation of intellectual property. His name is Him, H-I-M. Him Hawkins.
Good name.
Is it though? Is it? I don't know, we'll have to look it up. Sorry, I was just like, isn't Treasure Island in the public domain now? I think it is. I think that's why
The
like
problem
everybody and their
is-
brother does versions of it.
The problem is that when Disney did it, they licensed it.
Wait,
When-
which time?
When they did their...
They made 3. Because there's the
I'm
one
sure each of theirs
that there's the fully live action one, then there's the Muppets one, and then there's Treasure Planet.
I'm talking about the Muppets. I know Disney licensed it with the Muppets, so...
Best Long John Silver ever.
Fair.
This me crustacean Polly. Anyway, before we get off on casting a tangent,
I cast tangent.
Ven wouldn't be too hard to find. She's still standing up on the deck, just basically staring at anybody who's staring at her.
nobody's staring. There's low whispers amongst several of the crew, but nobody's looking your way.
That works too. She's just standing there, arms crossed, looking pissed like usual.
Sandra, I mean, Venfira, we have an issue.
The fuck is Sandra?
Oh, did you ever read the book Velocity?
I don't know. Let's see if I did. I don't know, maybe. I read a lot of books to avoid people.
So there's a carriage. It's one of those extra long carriages, and it has a lot of people on board. And an artificer has built a device. An artificer named Dennis of Hopper has put a device onto the carriage. And if the carriage slows down, if it begins going too slowly, then the whole thing will explode. But the carriage driver gets hurt very badly right at the start of the thing. So one of the passengers who is not proficient in land vehicles has to get up onto the carriage seat and drive the carriage. Meanwhile, the inspector is trying to figure out how to stop the device. It's thrilling. You should really watch. We're doing that right now.
So if we slow down too much, something's gonna explode?
Less slow down and more if we change altitude in either direction too much. A device that is, and I'm lowering my voice way down now. A device that is attached to the crystal that makes the ship float will explode and we will all plummet thousands of feet to our death, much like the other ship did.
Oh, can't we just throw it overboard?
It is, do you remember the really complicated traps that they had in the the dungeon we went into chasing Antivar most recently?
Yeah, the ones I wanted to throw pants at, literally.
Yes. Well, this thing appears to be of the same make. It's got the same sort of devices attached to it. So disarming it and moving it will be very difficult.
All right. Do we not have, like, life rafts or something to get people off if something goes wrong?
I don't know. We're going to go talk to the captain and find out. Also, we think whoever set the device is probably still on board. So we have to find them and stop them from stopping us from stopping them.
All right, so find the asshole and I'll turn his brain to pudding.
I like this plan. Here's what we know so far, and I info dump about how the chamber's only opened and who has keys. And
So are you sure that first mate guy didn't do it?
I'm not sure of anything. We're going to investigate.
All right.
We are the inspectors.
Well, do you have your spell ready? The one that makes everybody tell you the truth?
No, I don't think I prepared that one today. I was prepared for air-to-air combat. Let me double check.
I am crying. I am laughing so hard. You went so much farther than I thought you were going to go.
No, I do not have the one that makes people tell me the truth, but it's been my experience that, and I crack my knuckles, I don't need spells to get people to confess things.
Oh, you just want me to scare the shit out of them?
Maybe you shouldn't. They're already a little about the thing that you summon. Maybe let me scare them this time. That way they don't put more blame on you.
Oh, so calling a shadow servant and a hound probably wouldn't be a great idea.
Not a good idea. Yeah, that's... You know what? Save that as a backup, but definitely with the turning their brain to mush after we do that part. All right, let's go talk to the captain.
Fine if I have to.
All right. You will find the captain still in his quarters. The red decahedron still on the desk in front of him as he writes furiously in his captain's journal. While y'all are doing that, down in the hold, what are you guys doing?
I would like to do an investigation check specifically to find or try and find the best way of disarming this particular one. Or
Also-
to try and get a sense of order of how, like, what needs to happen in what order for it to be disarmed.
All
I
right,
would
give me
like
an
to-
investigation.
Help with that. By casually looking over the top of Dandy as Dandy looks at this. Pointing out, no, this wire goes this way, that wire goes this way.
29.
29. I need everyone but Dandy to earmuff, please.
Woohoo! I'm special.
Dandy, you are very
Yes.
confused.
Oh,
This
no.
seems to be wired back in on itself several places. It's connected to the actual lift crystal. It's connected to the doors. It's connected to the controls. And you noticed, remember that I mentioned that it had bells. The bells are also wired, so if the satchels are moved, it's going to take a lot to get through this.
And is there any sort of order that I can discern from, like, what needs to happen? Or is it just too...
It is too much. You think that once you would start would be, you have a guess that you would start with the bells and work your way from there. But that's just a best guess.
Okay.
Anything before I bring them back?
Nope.
Welcome back.
Dandy is going to turn to the first mate, Mr. Him Hawkins.
I have a really, really weird question for you.
Okay.
What would potentially happen if somebody threw a piece of bacon at the lift crystal?
Well, the lift crystal, I do not know. I mean, we touch it, we polish it, and inspect it, so...
So, more than likely you would just go,
More than likely.
okay.
Dandy's gonna pull out a piece of bacon and throw it between, like, a set of the crystals or vials to see if something will happen.
Before you throw this in thieves' cant, the Tabaxi is gonna be like, "Yo, what are you doing, bro?"
It's my trap testing method.
Whoa! There's gotta be more better methods than doing what you're doing right now.
It's never failed me before.
Let's. You know what? I'm gonna let you do it. And he's gonna take like 2 steps back from you before you chunk this bacon.
I need for Dandy and Scrimp to please give me dexterity saves, along with him Hawkins, as the bacon flies, passing between 2 vials, and a series of violent explosions rock the ship that you all will definitely feel as the ship lurches.
It's a dexterity save, right?
Yep.
Hang on, where's the one? I'm a rogue now. I know these things. What's the thing?
The DC is 20.
Oh hell yeah! I want my evasion to work. But I gotta roll the thing. New character class. What this?
New character, who dis?
My level up dice instead of digitally.
What did you roll?
Oh, I got a 14 on my dex save.
All right. What did you get, Dandy?
Got the 22.
22. You know, normally with evasion, if you pass, you take no damage. But the sheer velocity of this explosion, you will take 40 points of damage, as Scrimp will take 80 points of damage. The side of the ship blown out as you feel it begin to plummet.
And anyone within hearing of Ven is just going to hear her cussing a lot.
No, go ahead.
Him Hawkins is dead.
Like dead?
Unsurprisingly.
Yes.
So there's a hole in the ship, I'm assuming?
Yes.
You
can see the sky as the ground, or the ocean, because you're over the ocean, is rising up to meet you as the ship is going.
Scrimp's
Where
going
the hell
to
is that fucking spell?
scoop Dandy up and using the feline agility is going to just make so much movement happen. What is this feature and trait? Let me describe it for the viewers at home. It doubles my speed during a turn in combat. Basically, I just want to scoop up Dandy, so I go from 30 to 60, and then I'm gonna double that because I'm dashing, and we're getting out. We're going up. We're gonna go by our rooms, and as I'm running, I'm going to tell Dandy, get everything that you can, in an accent that has never been heard to you before, and we're running and getting our things, and we're going to the top of the ship. And after we get our stuff, I'm going to try and find Karak and Vinfira so we can get off of this ship.
Okay, so you're going to get your stuff. That's where you're going now. Karak and Vinfira, you all will hear this loud explosion. You will feel it as it like thumps you in the chest. You will feel the ship lurch to the port and begin descending quickly. I need you all to make dexterity checks to see if you stay on your feet. Or dexterity saves.
No, she does not. Because I got a 3. Motherfucking fucker. What the fuck was that?
17 for me.
All right. Karak, you will take 6 points of damage. Vinfira, you will take 12 points of damage. Karak, you're able to stay upright, but shit flying at you, smacking into you, as Vinfira is slammed to the floor and go up against the wall. The captain thrown from his chair and taking enough damage that he is unconscious.
That sounds like the device just went off. I've got to get down there, see if I can do something.
Do you need to do anything for him? She'll point at the unconscious captain on the floor.
If we live, we'll fix him. I do a cursory medicine glance at him.
He's alive. He's just unconscious.
Cool. I'm running downstairs now.
All right. So you're going downstairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Just think, is he unconscious but making death saves, or is he just knocked out?
You don't know.
Okay. I will spend 6 seconds to stabilize him with the healer's feat. He's got 1 hit point now. If he had 0, if not, if he is just knocked out, then he can remain knocked out as long as I know he's stable.
He is stable. You
cool.
saved his life.
I'm gonna run downstairs to where I'm gonna guess I encounter a gaping hole.
Yes, you do. So as you're coming out of the captain's quarters, you can see part of the ship is missing on the port side. There's like something just came and took a big bite out of it. The crew are scrambling, screaming. The commanding officers are screaming orders. The lifeboats are on fire.
How long has all of this taken?
Just moments.
So my dragon is still present?
Your dragon is still present.
So it is technically a corporeal creature. Would it be large enough to try and pull up on or push up on the ship to slow the descent?
You can try.
Why not? She's going to instruct the dragon to try to slow the ship's fall.
Okay, while you're doing that, yeah, Druck.
I have a very, very, very rules minutia technical question to ask you.
Okay.
Can I spend a higher level spell slot to cast a spell that does not get upcasted?
No.
No. So even if it doesn't have any greater effect, I can't just use a bigger spell slot to cast the spell that's lower level?
No.
I dislike that. All right. But I can fucking do that. I'm going to spend roughly 2 bonus actions channeling divinity. and I'm going to recover my 2 of my second-level spell slots.
All right. While you're doing that,
yep.
Vinfira, roll a D100. Dandy and Scrimp,
Okay.
you all have gathered your stuff. You all will pass Karak in the stairwell. As they do not stop, they just continue going down to the big gaping hole.
Okay.
You need to be closer to see a bigger hole. Let's go.
97.
97. Let me make a note of that.
All right, that gets me 3 of these.
Okay. Based on what you all have noticed, you all have 6 rounds before this ship crashes into the ocean.
Oh, then I only need 1 spell slot. Cool. I am going to cast Gust of Wind. And I'm going to bring the Gust of Wind from beneath us. Now that I'm at the hole and I can look down and see out of the ship, I'm pulling the air up to hit at the bottom of the ship and push us back up to give us as much of an air cushion as possible. And I can maintain that for a full minute. So I'm going to be steadily, like, just a stream of air that is powerful enough to knock men off their feet is now pushing up on the boat from underneath. It won't stop us, but it should slow us considerably.
Well, between the dragon and the gust of air, the descent is slowing some. But you still see the ocean coming to meet you.
I'm gonna, like, while I'm pulling the wind up, I'm like, we're gonna need to plug this hole! I'm just yelling for anyone who hears me. Oh, wait, actually, I have something for that. That'll work. Wahaha. Can't do it until we hit.
I think we were making our way to the deck of the ship, right, Dandy?
Yep.
Is Vampira on the deck of the ship? Where's all the peoples?
At this point, Ven would have been back on her feet, moving outside, so she could instruct her dragon and dealing with that.
You will see that as Scrimp, Dandy, you will see Vinfira instructing the dragon, and you will see armed sailors beginning to form up, looking in your direction.
I didn't know the beacon would betray me.
Scribble just put his paw up. He'll look to the armed people starting to square up and be like, "We took down an airship. Do you think you are really going to be able to kill us? You can kill us when we have all landed. Let's all make the ship be able to do things. Now, get in the lifeboats and let's get out of here.
They're on fire.
Let's get them off of being fired. Whatever. As a persuasion,
Go
to
ahead
get them
and
to leave us alone. A 28.
Nice. Let me make a note of that. All right. So plummeting. So I'm just going to go down the list. Dandy, what are you doing?
Dandy is currently hiding behind Scrimp.
All right. Karak.
I'm pulling rope out of the bag of holding, and I'm going to work on lashing myself to, like, a bulkhead or whatever to keep myself from falling out of the ship, because part 2 of my plan is going to be very dangerous for me on the falling out of the ship portion of this. So
All right. Lashing yourself. Scrimp, you did your persuasion check. The people are mulling about talking to one another The one of them will scream up, "The lifeboats are lost."
Oh, from in the hold again, they hear, "We're gonna need something to plug this hole, and very soon!
We don't have anything that big.
Make something!"
Vin?
Ven is standing on the deck, still trying to control, instruct the dragon, and probably doing a lot of cussing.
How long does the dragon last?
An hour. From
I
when
have an idea!
You all need to figure some shit out. I'm not good at fixing things. I'm good at fucking shit up.
I have an idea!
You'll see Dandy's arms, like, spread out from behind Scrim's legs.
Step to the side.
Okay, hear me out. I know you won't like it at first, but it might be our only option. We hop on the dragon.
Looks as if you're...
I mean,
Is this a real dragon? Can it hold us?
he won't hurt any of you.
But can you get on a dragon that is made of?
It is It's solid.
Oh?
Yeah, I summoned shit from the shadows, but it's still solid.
You can kill
I've
us after
stabbed
we
enough
land.
shadows. I know they're real.
You can kill
Yeah,
us
no.
after we land. Get
Yeah,
on the
no, you
dragon.
can't. Try and fucking kill us after we land, and I will fucking melt your brains.
So, give me some insight check there, Vin.
Okay. That's a natural 19 with my +6, so that's 25.
There's not enough room for everybody on the dragon. There'd be enough
We
room
won't-
for y'all, but not for the crew.
There's not enough room for all of us and the crew.
I have a better idea. Hey, Scrimp, Vinfira, we should go help, Karak.
You know, and this is he's gonna kind of like very suddenly like hand thieves can't to you like, are we about to go try and escape out of the hole and use the dragon to get on top of? Hell, hell yeah! It's because like, you know, this is a great idea.
Let's
Vinfira,
go
come
help
with us.
Karak, Vinfira.
Let's go. Let's go. It's going to be okay. Just stay up here. It's going to be all right. Lash yourselves to the ship and brace for the impact. It's going to be okay. Persuasion, just so that they don't feel like that they're going to die. And 18.
All right, we make a note of that. Karak, what are you
Yep.
doing?
I am. I'm still just controlling the wind, and I've now managed, I hope, to have lashed myself off so that I am secure. This is round 3 of 6 now.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. So, as a test run of my theory to see if it helps at all, I am going to step out, like, to the center of the hole and turn my back on the hole, and I am going to face the opposite bulkhead, the bulkhead that's presumably skyward at this moment, or vaguely tilted up, and I am going to let loose a second level thunder wave to try and hit the wave of thunder against the other bulkhead to like jar us and slow us a little bit with the
Okay.
wind pushing from underneath. So I've still got the wind going because that's a concentration spell, and I can just keep it going for a minute. And I'm gonna cast thunder wave at the other wall, or in the direction of the other wall, to try and like nudge the ship to see if that will work as a so that I can cast it big right before we hit.
Roll damage for that, please.
Oh boy. I knew he was going to say that. Let's see. Second level Thunder Wave is... and 2 And 3. That's not bad. 11 points of damage.
You will see a hole blast through the other side of the bulkhead.
Fuck!
You will see the wood begin to crack and splinter, working its way towards you as the strain from the fall begins to make the ship go like this. And this is where we're going to take our first break. Because Tira's hungry.
It was a good idea on paper. Physics said it should have worked. I can't account for the structural integrity of the way they build these things.
That's right. Blame the shipbuilders. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a few minutes. we are back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we took our break, got our sneakity snacks, our drinks of choice, did all the things that we needed to do. Yeah, so Chaos Pandalirium. Before we went to break, the party had discovered a extensive bomb attached to the magical crystal that controls the lift of the airship. In an attempt to do something, we're not 100% sure what, Dandy threw bacon at it, triggering the motion sensing, causing the bomb to explode, the crystal to explode, a big hunk of the ship now missing. The shadow dragon that was still conjured from the combat previously, helping push against the ship as Karak using gust of wind, also to help provide resistance to slow the speed of the descent, which was working until Karak cast Thunderwave and blew out part of the bulkhead from the other side. Now the ship cracking in two and slowly bending to separate. This is where we resume, my players. We will go down the line again as you have 3 more turns before impact. Dandy.
Dandy, after making those statements, is going back down to Karak. As this story goes from speed to Titanic.
All right. Is it safe to say that everyone above deck is going below deck?
Fine, I'll go fucking help. Fucking hell.
And as soon as like we're out of earshot of the other sailors, Grimm's gonna lean in to Vedra and be like, actually we're going to leave those guys to die. We're gonna go jump out of the bottom of the ship. And if you could try and like telepathically command your dragon to be there for us to land on, that is actually the plan. Also, you might want to go get your stuff. Just.
Oh,
so
I thought we had grabbed everyone's stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we grabbed everyone's stuff. Yeah.
Did you grab everyone's stuff?
I grabbed my stuff. Scrub grabbed his stuff.
I don't know what all got set down, but Dandy was gonna grab everything that she could grab at the very least, because that's what she was told to do.
All right. So, Carrie.
I would have grabbed all my gear when the alarms went off that we were being attacked, because I was going to go fight, so I'd have grabbed all my gear.
Sounds good. As you all begin to descend, you will notice that the ship is pulling apart from itself. As you hit the second deck, almost ready to the lift chamber, the ship separates. And you have a 30-foot gap between you and the other side, where you can see through to the lift chamber to see Karak standing there. Karak!
That did not go as expected! This is bad.
By the way, when Scrimp leaned in and whispered to Ven, she's gonna go, "No shit, dumbass."
Okay.
Anyone else got any ideas?
We're
Jump
jumping
on
out
the
hole.
dragon!
We're
Hang
jumping out the
on.
hole.
In Infernal, she's going to command the dragon to get below them in the gap.
And it will.
She will tell the others, "Get on, don't fall."
So, I'm going to need a series of dex checks to see if you all can get on the dragon as you try to exit this plummeting ship. We will start with Dandy.
Oh, that's good.
Godspeed, little one.
And that would just be the normal dex modifier, not a dex save modifier, right?
That is correct.
Then 19.
19. All right. You make it. Karak.
Oh boy. 18 plus 1, 19.
All right. Karak makes it. Looks like Karak's eating something yummy.
Fruit leather.
Scrimp.
Could I make an argument that this is an acrobatics check?
I will roll the die. High or low?
Low.
It is 17.
Hey, regular dex. 23.
All right. And Vinfira.
Venfira's
Happy
gonna
octopus
misty step.
vibes.
Venfira's gonna misty step onto the dragon.
All right. So you all successfully board the dragon as you watch the ship, the two halves of the ship falling away from each other. The lifeboat's on fire, the crew hurling insults.
I hope there was nothing important on that ship that we needed to get off of it.
Tyr, I still have gust of wind going, and I'm going to continue to try and whichever side seems to have the most crew on it. I'm going to be trying to support that one with the wind on its way down, just to slow it as much as I can because I've still got the spell up.
Roll a D100 for me.
You and you. 46.
As you cast the gust of wind from external, you will send the front portion, the fore section of the ship, spinning as the wind hits it. Sailors scattered to the air, falling to their death.
Oops.
That seems to be the word of today.
I have made a miscalculation.
I cannot leave the three of you unattended for even a fucking second.
I would like to just point out that Scrimpus did nothing wrong. If anything, I have helped so many people today, and I think that should be said before you decide to lump me into the group of people who decided to say that today's word is oops, and oops is an okay word to have for today. So, oops.
You really are a dumbass, aren't you?
All right, so what are you guys doing? You're on the back of this dragon. You're in the middle of nowhere over the ocean, and you have about 15 minutes left.
The dragon's not going to last much longer. We probably need to at least get down to the water.
The
I
captain
don't swim
said
well, but
the captain said we were about an hour away from something called the flotilla, which is where they had planned to land and refuel. So, I'm going to point the direction that the ship had been heading. We need to go as far that way as we can before your beastie gives out.
we also need to get low so that we're not falling.
Yes, obviously.
We have maybe 15 minutes.
The higher we can fly for as long as possible, the more distance we'll cover. But then before this thing, you should get us close to the deck, yes.
She'll speak again in Infernal to the dragon, giving it a direction, telling it to fly as quickly as it can, and then as we get close to the time where it's going to give out, like in the last few minutes, like however long it would take for us to safely get low to the water and get slowed, so that when it dissipates, we're not falling at some speed into the water. Okay. So it's a gentle entry.
And so it will be that you fly the dragon swooping down towards the cold waters of the ocean, just a few feet above before it dissipates into shadow, and you all fall into the churning waves.
Everyone okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm wet.
So, what do we do now?
Try not to drown.
Does anyone magically know how to make a boat? Or something that we can all sit on and we can paddle with our feet? Perhaps?
Hold on, I'm looking at my spell list.
Is there any way you we could ask. I'm not usually one to ask for outside help, but if you have anyone have any favors with anything in this world, outside of this world, perhaps we can cash them in now. Something that wasn't in the docket or dossier. This water is very cold.
At least you have fur.
I imagine for Venfira, who's always been cold to this point and only recently has a normal body temperature, that this is actually kind of jarring.
Oh, very.
I have nothing useful here.
Could I do a perception check to see if I see anything in the waves that could possibly be something floating randomly, like debris that has fallen from the ship that we could kind of grasp onto?
Give me a perception check.
$11.
No, as you're looking around, you'll notice that y'all kept flying away from the debris, and the ship would have crashed into the water. So any debris would be behind you.
Well, we need to figure something out. We're gonna fucking drown.
2 seconds. I'm gonna read.
And holy fuck, this water is cold. I'm so not used to this.
In fact, I need Venfira to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit. My dice have been very 50-50 tonight, so let's see how this goes. It's a natural 15. And I have +7 on con, so 22.
22. You will take 9 points of damage. The cold is beginning to sap from you as the beginnings of hypothermia start.
Benefira is beginning to shiver at this point then. And I would think that her facial tone, which is more normal at this point, probably has that little bit of purplish in the lips and whatnot that you see when somebody's getting too cold.
And I probably already know the answer to this. Is there anything that NPC Ziraj can do? Damn.
And we could survive this if we actually had PC Ziraj, because PC Ziraj could just polymorph into a beast that we could all cling to. But
Scripple kind of swim over to Venfira and be like, "Hold on, get onto my back. Hold on to me. I will paddle for us both."
What
I'm gonna need the
fuck
rest
is
of
you?
you to make con checks now, or con saves.
Nope, go away, Cortana. I don't want you. I wanted that.
Dandy?
Okay.
16?
Okay, Dandy will take 10 points of damage as it begins setting in on her Karak.
19.
19, you will take 5 points of damage. As the cold is beginning to steal your strength. Scrimp,
10.
you will take 10 points of damage as hypothermia begins to set in. Next round, if you fail, that'll be 1 point of exhaustion. Just for those of you that have already failed once, will understand.
Okay, Tyr.
Yes.
I am going to cast a 4th level spell. I cast Control Water. I am using the Redirect Flow option to create a channel of flowing water that is going to push us in the direction we want to go, and I can do that for 10 minutes. So
Beautiful. Beautiful. The water, the ocean obeying.
just for the record, the cube that I create that I can control is 100 feet on a side, and I move that entire. So I'm going to put us at like the front of the cube, and there's 100 feet cube of water just pushing us forward.
Excellent.
It's large.
As you begin to be propelled through the water, you can see on the horizon the speck of what is the flotilla, a floating base of operations, if you will, for the airships. It's just a speck now. It'll be a little bit before you get there. I need everyone to please make con saves again. Dandy.
14.
You will take 1 point of exhaustion and another 10 points of damage. Karak.
23.
You will take 5 points of damage. Scramp.
18.
You will take 5 points of damage. Vinfira.
22 again.
All right.
Wait, how much damage did you say?
10.
Do I take any?
And
1 point of exhaustion.
how
You'll
do I...
Just something to remember.
Okay.
I don't think it's on the character sheets. You'll take 5 points of damage, Vinfira.
Might be in.
Yeah, it's under conditions. If you click just below your hit points where it says conditions, you can add exhausted, and it will apply all the appropriate modifiers to your sheets. Exhaustion is all the way at the bottom, and you click which level you have.
Mhm.
And one moment, and I will give you the exact verbatim of what exhaustion does. With 1 level of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks. Not saves, checks. There's a difference. The time passing, I'm assuming Karak is going to cast this more than once, or can he only cast it once?
Let me see. No, I can only cast it once because I don't have, because it is not an upcastable spell, and I don't have any more 4th level slots.
All right. So it did get you close to where you can see the flotilla. I will need 1 more round of Constitution saves before you are able to reach the flotilla.
Just as a note, while we're making Constitution saves, as soon as I'm no longer concentrating on Control Water, I'm going to use Thaumaturgy to basically send off flares to try and alert the flotilla to our position.
All right. Good deal.
Oof. Oh, that's bad.
Dandy.
21!
All right. That'll be 5 points of damage. Karak.
11.
That'll be 10 points of damage and 1 level of exhaustion. Scramp.
19.
5 points of damage. Vinfira.
13.
13. That'll be 10 points of damage and a level of exhaustion.
So you
So,
said 10 points?
Yep.
so now that Karak has done the flares, Danny's gonna go,
Okay, so what we're gonna tell them is that pirates attacked the ship, and both ships went down. Are we
Yeah.
agreed?
Absolutely.
That's fine with me.
It's the truth. You're not lying. That is, in fact, what happened.
Pirates attacked the ship, both ships went down. I'm just leaving out stuff from in between.
A few minutes will pass and you will see a flat looking, almost like a raft, but with multiple sails and a large arm hanging off with a net heading towards
That... I hope they just do that because it's efficient. It seems like they're going to catch us like fish.
I'm okay with that.
I am, as long as the gutting and cleaning doesn't happen after.
And you will be scooped by the net. The arm
Whee!
twisting, very unceremoniously dumping you onto the deck of this outrigged rescue vehicle. You will notice,
Thank you.
however, that there's no one piloting this vehicle.
What? Wait a minute.
There's a series of crystals that are glowing in distinct numerical patterns. And after a few moments, the ship, the laugh raft, will change course headed back towards the flotilla.
You said life raft. Okay. That's not what my brain heard.
What'd your brain hear?
The laugh raft. And I was like, this boat's all chuckles, motherfucker.
I'm laughing.
Andy's just gonna try to dry off as much as she can on the way there.
The life raft will dock, and you will see a gnome in definite artificer clothing, different gears and bits and bobs attached to their tunic, sticking their head over the side of the railing. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
It worked!
Thank you.
It killed the last ones. I'm glad it worked this time.
Congratulations.
He will kick a rope ladder down to you. Come up, come up, come up.
Danny going up.
As you come up, you will see that you are on a floating platform that has been designed for an airship to land on. There is a small cottage, looks like someone took a cottage out of the woods and put it on one far corner, and the rest is just platform. I'm Sprocket. Who be you?
I'm Dandy Santy Jelping Gigglebox Monfrey.
A true gnomish name, if ever I heard one.
I am Croc Stoutheart.
My pleasure, Master Orc.
My name is Jeff.
Is what?
Jeff.
Jeff?
I am sorry it hurts so bad right now. I'm so tired and cold. I hurt bad.
Cold. I can fix that. You will see him pull out a small metal cylinder, hit the top of it. It will burst into flames, and he will set it down between you all as heat begins to roar off of this thing to the point that it's almost uncomfortable. As long as it doesn't set the platform on fire this time, we're good.
You are, quite knowledgeable and skilled, Master Gnome.
Thank you, Sprocket.
Oh, I just like making things. There's not a lot to do when you're out here by yourself.
So this entire flotilla is yours, then?
For the next year, and then I get to rotate back to land. Yep, I came out here at the beginning of 1337.
What year is it currently, Tyr?
1339.
Wow.
Yeah. Almost there, my friend. Good for you.
Would you like some worms? You'll see him offer you a handful of worms.
Are they jelly worms?
No, they're real worms.
I'll pass.
Danny will
Actually-
eat one.
Yes.
I never eat worms. You know what they say.
What do they say?
You opened the can of worms, and now you must lie in it.
Could I make a history check to see if Scrimp has ever had to eat worms before in his many duties of being basically a spy?
I'm going
and
to
if
say
there's-
that's entirely up to you.
Look, it's really just if he's trying to remember if there's any nutritional value. I am at 10 hit points, so
They're
he's
not going to heal
really-
you, no.
He's just going to just put his hand up and just wave them away.
Scrimp, are you feeling better now that you're warm?
My name is Chan, and
That's
I'm
what I
so
said.
very tired and hurting. The
Why didn't you
bone
say so?
I would have, but I was so cold, and now I am so tired.
Yeah, the fucking cat looks worse than I feel.
All right, let's see what I've got left in the tank, kids. It's not a lot.
I need everyone to give me a dexterity save as the warming contraption that Sprocket activated malfunctions, as Sprocket's stuff is known to do, sending a giant fireball.
Oh dear.
Oh, Jesus. You said deck save?
Yep.
Evasion. Evasion. Yeah, for evasion.
All right, Dandy.
11.
Does Dandy have evasion?
Dandy does have evasion.
So on evasion, you take half if you fail, so you'll take 12 points of damage.
Ouch.
Karak,
19,
19, 12 points of damage. Scrimp,
which is all I can roll tonight. Apparently, is 19s.
Oh,
No.
19 doesn't do it. Because I got a 19 too.
but you have evasion, so you'll not take any damage.
Oh,
Karak doesn't have evasion, so if he passes, he
Oh,
takes half.
Still takes
Yeah, how much was it I took again?
12.
12.
Venfira,
16.
you'll take 24.
Okie dokie.
Oof.
That puts me at 5 hit points. Ven is looking rough and probably like laying on the ground at this point. It's like she's not a physically strong person and she's pretty beat the fuck up.
Sprocket will smack the fire off of him. Oops, that happens sometimes.
All right, I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word. Everybody gets 14 points back. Everybody, even
Yay.
Sprocket.
Oh, nice.
It put me 2 higher than I was before Sprocket's device malfunction.
Thanks, Grog.
And then, I think I've only got second levels left. So, yeah, but I've got 3 of them. So, 1d8, 2d8, 3d8. No, 2d8. 2d8. Oh, that's a good roll. So, Patrick, you will get 14 plus 4, 18 hit points back. Then you will get 14 hit points back. Dandy, you will get 9 and 4 is 13 hit points back. And then I will I will use a healing kit, and I will give you all 10 more points using a healing kit on each of you.
I'm so sorry about that. You're probably still cold. Let me go get another heatinator. And he will scurry towards the couch.
Wait, little friend. My master gnome, please. You have done so much for us already. Allow me to not only offer a source of heat, but also a nice meal for all of us. And I will pull out the cauldron from the bag of holding and set it up on the deck.
I really just need to rest.
I just want to sleep.
Warmth radiating from the campfire that sparks, not touching the platform. The instant aroma of delicious food filling the air. The cool wind from the ocean seeming to die away within radius.
There is a very hearty stew in here that will help warm you from the inside. And this lovely pot of coffee.
Ooh, coffee.
Do you have any dry blankets? My blanket is wet.
Yeah, I will pull blankets from the bag of holding. That should be dry because they were in a bag of holding.
Yep.
Here, everyone.
Thanks, Croc. Ven's gonna not take the dress off that she's wearing, but she's gonna pull a different dress out of her bag and like lay it by the fire to start to dry a little.
No. Mr. Sprocket.
Yes.
I was just wondering if we could sleep in your house and dry off in your house instead of having to be on this platform.
What house?
That one. And he points to the little cottage that's up
Oh,
the
my
edge.
workshop. Oh, no. I'm afraid that's off limits.
But
It's fine.
please. And he's going to do like the Puss in Boots cat thing. And that is the persuasion check to try and sleep in his workshop.
You're trying to get a tinker gnome to let you into his workshop. This is going to be a very, very high DC.
I'm over here debating if Venfira would like kick him in the shin or something because he's being whiny.
Fuck it. I'm burning my last lucky. Rolls a single point higher. It is a 19.
Nobody's allowed in my workshop.
Is there somewhere we can set up tents?
Here?
Jeff. The cauldron, it has a pleasant effect on its environment for a radius around it. As long as you stay within the effect, the cold wind and the wetness shouldn't be as much of an issue. You should feel comfortable within the confines of the circle.
Okay.
And we can put up tents here.
Okay.
So what he's saying is stop being a whiny candy ass.
His Grimps like just starts stripping off of his clothes to putting them by the fire. You'll see him take out 2 other sets of clothes out of his backpack and set them by the fire so that they can get dry.
I'll start pulling tents out of the bag of holding and setting up tents for. I'm just gonna do 2.
Okay.
Hey, Sprocket?
Yes.
Is there any chance that you've invented like a sealed backpack where nothing can get in it?
No, that's a great idea, though.
I look forward to your success with it.
You'll pull out a notepad and a piece of charcoal, and we'll sit down and begin scribbling.
What's here? I gotta ask. I have a disguise kit, a forgery kit, and the 3-dragon anti-set and a tinderbox. And I gotta know, are they ruined because they've been soaked in seawater?
That's a good question.
Like, we were in the ocean.
Because I also have a forgery kit and a disguise kit.
Like, those makeups are gonna be watery, like,
Yeah, it's your makeups, your inks and stuff.
everything's...
The paper.
It's the very sad montage as both the rogues go through their backpack and open up, like, the box and just pour the water out.
The water is basically a giant clump.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Make sure I get some of those again.
The wood for the boxes is probably warped.
He'll pull out his really nice 3-dragon anti-set that he had, like, won or whatever through, like, a high-stakes 3-dragon anti-game or whatever, and it's fucking... You ever seen, like, a book that gets wet and this just sticks to each other? It's just clumps of cards, and he's just... puts it down.
So, you have your stew going, the warmth radiating, the tent's up. Sprocket is engrossed in whatever he's doing.
Well, that was an eventful day. Hey, Sprocket.
Yes.
Any chance on us, getting picked up from here by a ship heading in the right direction? By right direction, I mean insert direction that we were going here.
Oh, no. The fleet is already past going that way. They'll be heading back.
I don't suppose you have any sort of vessel.
Well, besides the very, very nice raft that got us out of the water.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's all
besides
I've
the
got.
chuckle canoe.
That's all I've got. Afraid. They're supposed to be bringing me a ship of my own. You know, once 1337 is up, and I get out of here.
Yep. Okay. Pardon me. Just, I'm gonna be like 10 minutes. And I'm going to go into my tent. And I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to pull out all of the ritual implements that I need, and I am going to cast Commune.
So,
with my deity.
does Karat keep his ritual implements in the bag of holding?
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even know what you need to cast something ritually. Technically, I don't know what the ritual implements are, but I can tell you this: I have my inventory divided on my sheet, and in my backpack, there is, I will have laid out to dry by the fire as well. There's a bedroll, there's a map case, and there's some traveler's clothes in my backpack. That's what's in my backpack, and I got a couple of pouches that have I have one of my healer's kit in a pouch, so one of my healer's kits probably got wet.
Oh right, Dandy's bacon's ruined.
Is it though? Your pouches of keeping food from spoiling are magical.
They are magic.
They were a magic gift from Baynard, so they might actually keep the water out because they do magically keep the food from being spoiled. I'd say salt water would spoil your bacon. You'll have to test it to find out.
Dandy will check if her bread pouch is full of soggy bread.
No, your food is fine.
Oh, good. Dandy will offer a piece of bread to Sprocket, like a nice little roll.
Sprocket will take it and put it on his head like a hat and continue in his journal.
Ven's gonna go into a tent, get out of the wet dress, wrap herself in the blanket, go back to the fire, lay the dress by the fire so it'll dry, and sit by the fire trying to stay warm.
Okay.
She is not used to being able to get warm, so this is still a weird concept for her, but she hates being cold at this point. And she's just desperate. And you know how it is when your clothes are wet, you can't really warm up.
Yep.
So she's got herself wrapped in a blanket and she's just sitting by the fire.
All right. So, what is Scrimp doing before I go to the commune spell?
Scrimp is, whereas Vampira went to a tent to like change into something dry or whatever, Scrimp has just, after taking all of the things out, like immediately taking the clothes out of the bag by the fire, and before taking all like the ruined things out of his bag, he got completely naked. So he's got all of his armor, everything is just kind of laying out so that it can dry, and he is completely cat naked, which for a cat is, just in fur.
Okay. I need everyone but Karak to earmuff as commune is casted. So, you summon the divine, opening the pathway between you and Lamergush, the goddess of the storm. Ask your questions.
Is there a way for us to get to the Tusk Spire in time to be of use?
Yes.
In order to get there in time, do we need to find a way to leave the platform and begin heading in that direction, or should we wait here for transport to find us?
That is not a yes or no question. I need you to rephrase it.
Would it be better to wait here until means of transport arrives?
Yes.
How is my mother?
That's not a yes or no question.
Is my mother well?
No.
Very well.
Good to bring everybody back?
Yep.
All right.
So, Karak takes about 10 minutes or so in the tent, and while he's in there, he will also take the time to strip off and change into the dry set of clothes that he has in the bag of holding, and then we'll bring his clothes out to lay them near the fire to dry. Well, good news, bad news. Lamergosh says that we will still be able to make it to the Tusk Spire in time to be of use. And that the way to do that is to wait here, that transport will find us. So bad news is, I guess we wait.
That's not very bad news.
It's infuriating is what it is.
Could be worse.
Why are you talking like that?
This is my normal voice.
Dude,
No,
no, it
it's
fucking
not.
isn't. quit with the whiny voice, or I'm gonna start pinging you in the head with a spell every fucking time you do it.
Herb will lower his tone. I don't want everybody to know my original voice. Are you kidding me? No one has to know exactly what I sound like. Now, don't be fucking rude. You have your things and I have my things. Things in the world, the people do not need to know who I am and where I am. There are people who might be looking for me. People who don't know and don't need to know where I am. You have your
So-
own tradecraft and I have my own tradecraft. Now, this is the voice that I've chosen for Jeff. The personality of Jeff is a whiny little cat.
It's whiny and fucking annoying. And in case you missed it, rude is kind of my thing, bitch.
Oof.
If I might just interject, Jeff. None of us like Jeff. And while you are Jeffing it up, we are going to kind of hate you. So you're bringing it upon yourself because Jeff, there's a word, sucks. Jeff sucks.
And blows.
Yes.
Besides, the little gnome dude doesn't even know what fucking year it is. Do you think he really gives a shit?
It's 1337.
My
Yep,
point.
it sure is.
See, he does know. Very good. Very good. Can I... Sprocket, sir, could I interest you in some more stew? Or perhaps another cup of coffee?
Coffee, yes. Coffee, good.
Here's some more coffee. Good job. Do you take cream and sugar?
No, just coffee.
Just coffee. Here you are, then.
I've got to go feed the demons. I'll be back. And he gets up and walks off.
Insight
what
check! I would like to insight that... Is he being literal?
I would also like to have a piece of that insight action, please.
Dandy's now very concerned for her safety.
Chirac,
17.
Scrimp.
18.
It's hard to tell. This person is definitely not all there mentally. So with that, you can't tell if they're being very literal or not as they disappear into their workshop.
Well, if we get attacked by demons in the middle of the night, it won't be the first time.
Wait. Would it actually be, though? I mean, we've been attacked by shadow people a lot. And the only demon that's attacked us was in the morning after we had breakfast.
Okay, so semantically you are correct. We have not been attacked by a demon in the middle of the night, I don't think. Unless... No, we have. We have been attacked by demons in the middle of the night. When we were in my people's land.
Oh, were those orcs that weren't actually orc things?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know those counted as demon.
Yeah, they are, You know how a tiefling is like a human and a demon, or an elf and a demon had a baby somewhere, and then down the line now we have tieflings? Well, imagine that a demon just, like, forcibly bred itself upon an orc, and what that turns into, that's a Tanaruk.
Well, that's not very nice.
It's really not. Which is why we are reviled and don't speak their name.
All right, this is where we're going to have to take our second break. I'm hurting. I need to make some
Second
adjustments.
break!
Sorry, guys, to do it so quickly. Chronic pain patient. I have to listen to my body.
Yep. It's all
We'll be
good.
back in 10. And And we're back. Thanks so much for hanging out while we took our second break. Sorry that it came so soon. When my body says, you got to do shit, I got to do shit. Woohoo. So, before we left, the airship had crashed. They had managed to miraculously make it to the flotilla, where they met Sprocket, a gnome who is manning the artificer who is manning the flotilla. He drank 2 cups of Karok's coffee and said he was off to feed the demons, leaving the party around their cauldron campfire to do whatever they will. And that is where we will resume.
I would like to point out that Dandy is making a point not to look at Scrimp.
We should probably set watches.
Go first.
I prefer to go last, if you don't mind.
Perfect. It will be a perfect sandwich. I will be first, and you can be the last. The bottom of the bun, and the top of the bun.
We are so not making a sandwich with you.
I
Not
would-
while you're fucking naked.
You, no, are you worried of my hair fall out? No, I am very well groomed. There's probably, when we make it to the next place, I will learn the grooming habits of your people, and hopefully they will show me and inspire me to.
Ven's gonna
Wait.
look at Dandy and in Gnomish. He is such a fucking dumbass. Can we please have Tosh back?
Dandy's just gonna giggle.
I don't think no, you're not making sandwiches because the cauldron makes the food. You just have to ask for it. And,
Yes, I could ask it for a sandwich. That's.
and then you would have a sandwich, and that would be fine. And then you can put whatever hair on it you want. I don't care. That's
really.
not what we meant. No, we were talking about when people are, with the arms and the.
Oh, I see. This is the word things. I'm sorry. The common is not my first. It's like my third. That's okay.
Well, what's your primary language?
He will switch over to Leonin, and it will sound like a cat is like a mixture of cat meows and growls and things, because that's the language of the cat people. And he will say in it very calmly, "This is my language. This is my natural thing." Anybody? No? No cats here? No one? Looking at all of you. Okay. So,
She's gonna say something to him in Infernal.
he'll just look at you, eyes wide. Perhaps, and he'll switch over to perhaps we can teach each other these languages, and we can share in the cultural things that you learn from the languages, such as the sandwich that is something that I cannot make with you.
Okay.
Dandy is
So
gonna
let me be
look at
blunt. Sorry. Go ahead,
Dandy's
Dandy.
gonna look at Ven and just go, in Gnomish.
I'm not teaching him this.
Fuck no.
I am going to bed.
Dandy, do you want second watch or third?
Whichever you're more comfortable with.
I'm kind of fucked up, to be honest. You okay with second?
Yeah.
And she's gonna look over at Scrimp. And just since I clearly wasn't blunt enough, I don't fucking cuddle. And then she's gonna walk off and go in the tent.
No, Dandy and you are sharing a tent, and Scrimp and I are sharing a tent.
Scrump will look over at Karak and be like, if you want to cuddle, I mean, it's the best way to stay warm. That is something that you want, but I will not force you to do these things. Just so you know. Sleep well, my friend.
If you wish to cuddle when your watch is over, just know I sleep naked.
It's the best way and the only way to keep warm.
Dandy is gonna talk at Scrimp, but, like, not have her eyes open.
Very clearly just like not looking at them but talking to them. Got it?
Yeah.
Put on some clothes before you wake me up.
I believe my clothes will be dry by then. Yes.
Then Dandy will go into the tent and in her pack, grab her pack, go into the tent, and now with it more than likely being at least dry, she's gonna curl up in her bag to sleep.
Before I fall asleep, I lean back out to Scrimp. So we're clear, Scrimp is allowed to come and cuddle. Jeff is not allowed to do that. Are we just? I just want perfect clarity on that.
Because Jeff, sucks.
Yes.
Yes, I understand.
And from the girls' tent,
And blows.
All right, so y'all bedding down. I need a perception check from Scrimp.
Yee. No. Move, little dice bag. That is an 18.
Your watch goes without event.
Are all of his clothes dry?
Yes.
He'll pull out the common clothes that he has. It's just a very plain, what look like medieval brown scrubs with like a slit in the back for his tail to come out. A very simple peasant like tie shirt. Puts them on and puts his boots on. During his watch. He like puts his daggers back in their little spot on behind his shirt and gets his comfy clothes and gets everything back put into his bag, and then goes over and wakes up Dandy. And
Dandy will pop out of her bag and then go to take her watch.
the watch was peaceful. There's it seems that the flotilla is more abandoned than I could have ever possibly imagined. That I can understand why someone would lose time like this. Enjoy the warmth and sorry about the naked. Good night. And then he'll go to bed.
All right, Dandy, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. What is my... 9 plus 9 is 18, carries 1, 28.
28. You hear something from the workshop. Something muffled, but almost sounds like the word help.
How far into my watch is this?
The beginning.
Dandy's gonna go back into the... Or she's going to, like, knock on the canvas of Karak and Scrimp's tent, hoping Scrimp hasn't fallen asleep yet.
Scrimp?
It's, what is it?
Put on some bands and come out here. I need your cat ears.
I have not taken off my pants, but okay. He'll very sleepily kind of like pad up, do the big cat stretch with his butt all the way in the air and gets the tail all the way straight and stands up, rolls his shoulders, comes out. What is it?
Shh. Listen very carefully.
Perception check.
It's 13.
You don't hear anything.
I do not hear nothing.
Dandy'll go and try and wake up Venfira.
No. Before you and Scrimple like kind of stop you. No. What's going on? Talk to me.
I thought I heard someone say help. from the.
And she'll point at the workshop.
Okay, let me get on my sword and armor, and you can wake up and fear. I just wanted to see what was going on before we do anything rash, and had to wake her up. And he'll go to his tent and then kind of nudge Karak while there is possible noise from the workshop of a help was heard, possibly.
All right.
Minimal gear, just so we can figure this out.
Dandy'll wake up Benfira saying that Sprocket might be in danger.
Shit. I'm still wrapped in a blanket.
Your dresses should be dry.
Yeah, I need. She's just
Would
gonna.
you like me to step out?
It's fine. She'll just get up, grab one of her dresses from the fire, step back in, throw a dress on real quick.
So at this point, y'all will have taken a short rest.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think rather than trying to put on my full plate, I just grab. I know I've got a set of chain in the bag of holding. I pull out the chain and throw it on.
Okay.
Because chain's easy.
Will put on his leather armor and the rapier and grab the hand crossbow, keep the 2 daggers that are stuck, and then is not going to bring the whole bolt case. He's only going to take about 5 bolts with him.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
Dandy's gonna start heading over to the workshop.
Okay.
Head to the workshop.
You all cross the flotilla, the platform. You see that there is a small glow of yellow coming through the window of the cottage. And there is a single wooden door there.
Dandy's gonna press her ear to the door and see if she hears anything.
Give me an investigation check.
Plus... You said investigation?
Yes.
25.
You will hear very weakly, help.
Danny's gonna just open the door.
All right, I need a dexterity saving throw as you open the door. There's a series of click, click, woof. A bright flame erupting.
Whoop whoop! That is a nat 20 for a 28.
All right, since it was dex, you can use evasion. You will not take any damage. As the bright light fades, you will see a gnome hanging from inside a hanging cage in the middle of this workshop.
Is it Sprocket the gnome, or is it a different gnome?
It looks like Sprocket.
Sprocket?
Help. Help. Help.
Dandy's gonna look back at everyone else.
And does Sprocket look wounded?
Give me a perception check.
That's a nat 20.
All right, I need everyone but Karak to earmuff.
And if it helps, I have a +8 in medicine, So, and my perception's a +4, so 24 for perception, and then my medical knowledge is pretty good on a perception roll like that, I would hope.
Well, yeah, and you can tell by the features that this is Sprocket, but they look very emaciated. Like they haven't been eating enough. They do not look like the hardy gnome that met you on the docks. They look very withered, worn, like they've been in this cage for some time.
Okay. You can bring everyone else back. Whatever that is, it appears to have been in that cage for quite a while. If that is Sprocket, then I don't know what we met earlier. And if what we met earlier was Sprocket, then the thing in the cage is mimicking him somehow. I don't know which one is true.
Dandy's got a plan. She's just gonna nod at what Croc said, pull out a piece of bacon, and sort of fling it into the room, not at the gnome in the cage, but just to see what happens with her flinging the bacon into the room.
There's a moment where Scrimp sees you reaching for this bacon pocket. And he puts his hand up, and then he puts it back down. Because he's like, no, this is a detecting traps moment, not a disarming traps moment. And the most appropriate time to use bacon.
Nothing happens.
I'm not going in first.
I'll go in.
I'll cover you. And I would like to use basically steady aiming at the thing in the cage with the hand crossbow.
Okay.
And Dandy will take up the rear so that Vinfera has someone a
Wait.
little less squishy at her back.
Wait, I'm not going to go in just yet. There's something I need to do first. And I'm going to sit my ass down and I'm going to ritually cast Detect Magic on myself. So I can see what's magic in the room.
All right. Casting Detect Magic. As you finish the spell, you will see that the cage glows blue to your eyes, along with certain spots on the floor. There's various bits and bobs on the workbench that will have a soft glow to them. And there, across the workshop, in bed, the Sprocket that you met will glow.
I am going to whisper a warning to everyone. There are magical spots on the floor. I would assume those are traps. I am going to attempt to move past them to the cage. I point to where Sprocket is in bed. The one we met earlier is there. Keep an eye on him, it. It has some sort of magical aura about it.
Then I'll kind of hold up her little onyx goat skull. I've got him covered. She'll just keep eye on him.
I'm still trained on the Sprocket in the cage.
Okay then.
Okay, wait, I have a question. This cottage, is it a gnome-sized cottage?
Yes.
Or is it Okay.
So I'm going to have a hard time fitting in there.
Yes. I was about to bring that up before you asked, Andy. I was just letting you all do your communicating.
Wait. I'm the only one in here that can actually fit in there. Comfortably, at least. Croc,
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to tell me where to step.
Right. Yeah, and I can't give you guidance while I'm detecting magic. Because they're both concentration. Alright.
Alternate plan. Toss the note.
No.
No.
What?
Alright. Listen
It could
very
get tossed
carefully.
onto a trap.
Not if he tosses you well enough.
Alright, both of you, shut up. Listen very carefully, Dandy.
Mhm.
There are not only magical spots on the floor that I can see. There are also things amongst the bits he's tinkering with on the workbenches and shelves. So try not to touch anything because I can't see. I can just see that there are shiny things that are magical. I can't tell what they are from here.
Is the lock magic?
The cage itself is magic. The entirety of the cage. So I would recommend against touching the cage, but we need you to go and talk to the scrimp in the cage and see if he knows what the creature is.
Okay.
And find out if and where the keys are. And then we can confront the creature, I suppose.
Can you tell what kind of magic the cage is?
Hey, Tyr, what kind of magic is the cage?
Admiration.
What's that one do again?
That's protection. And the spots on the floor are transformative.
Be especially careful of the spots on the floor. That is transformation magic.
Okay.
Dandy will start making her way with Kurok's, guiding voice as to where is safe to step.
So we're going to call this wisdom checks. You will not be with a disadvantage because Kurok is guiding you, so it will be straight, flat wisdom checks. There are 3 spots on the floor between you and the cage.
Okay. So 3 checks?
Yep.
Okay, the first one is 14 good enough?
14 is good enough. What's the second one?
18.
All right, and the last one.
Uh, 20. Unnatural.
All right, 30-20. You are able to make...
Not there. Over. What? A little stretch. A little further. There, you got it. Yay.
When you make it
What?
to beneath the hanging cage.
Is your name Sprocket?
It is.
What's the thing sleeping in the bed that we met earlier?
I don't know. It's held me here for years.
Okay,
Find out if he knows where the key is to his cage.
do you know where the keys are?
You will hear a voice from the room. Oh, I've got the keys.
Since Ven was watching him, does she see the sprocket on the bed move at all?
He does not move.
Just talks.
Just talks.
She's going to say something to him in Infernal and see if he responds.
What is she saying?
What's your name?
Nothing happens. You know, I told you shouldn't be in my workshop.
Well, you
Well-
shouldn't keep people in cages.
Is it really your workshop then? I think it might be his workshop.
He is of unimportance.
Why don't you let us judge that?
Whispering to Croc. Should I shoot the one in the bed now?
Not yet.
There'll be a blinding flash of light. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Son of a bitch.
Ah! No, dice! Don't escape from me onto the floor.
That hurts my soul. Okay.
Those words make a dungeon master happy. All right. You can also join me in Owlbear if it will behave. As the light fades, the creature that was in the bed now standing 5 foot tall. The blast of light causing the cottage to vanish. The cage falling there next to you, Dandy. The creature within whimpering in pain. This creature, its skin is metallic looking, silver almost. Its eyes look like rubies. Vinfira, give me a history check.
Okay. That's
And
cocked.
correct, because you went to Helmson.
19 plus 1, so unnatural 20.
This is a changeling. They are extremely dangerous. They are swift. They can morph parts of their bodies into weapons. And they have magic.
A changeling?
I never thought to see one.
All right, so initiative. Dandy.
11.
Karak.
14.
Scrimp.
22.
And Vinfira.
10.
All right, let me get the proper music playing so that we have the right ambiance. I miss our other music bot. It was so easy. All right. The creature up first is coming towards you, Dandy.
Hey, Tyr, quick question.
Yes.
Since I don't see them on the map, I'm going to make a guess here that when the cottage disappeared, the magical traps on the floor disappeared with it?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. I will say that out loud.
I can bring them back if you want.
No, that's
No.
fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Traps are gone.
And I am rolling shitty tonight, so he will miss with his attacks. That will bring up Scrimp.
Grimp, having basically been doing steady aim, is going to, for my bonus action, use steady aim so I can get advantage on my next attack roll, and then I'm going to shift from what the target was in the box to the thing that's now, I'm assuming, no longer in the bed, and take a shot with my hand crossbow. Getting advantage.
1 second, for whatever reason, the owlbear's not. Oh, there it goes. Tech gremlins tonight.
26 to hit.
26 will hit.
Perfect. And since it had advantage, I get my sneak attack. So sneak attack damage is 24 sneak attack damage. And then another. Oh, hell yeah. That is a 10 piercing damage from the crossbow.
All right. Opening it up, taking steady aim carefully. The thwang of the crossbow, the arrow sinking into the metallic like flesh of the creature. That will bring up Karak.
Yeah. I don't have much left in the way of spells. So I reckon I'm probably just gonna move up and hit him. Let me just double check real quick. Oh, you know what? I have not used that spell yet. Is everybody fairly healed looking from your short rests? Everybody good? Okay, just checking. Yeah, I'm gonna just cast a cantrip at him, and then I'll take movement. I'm gonna Word of Radiance, so I need a con save 17.
And that is a fail.
So he will take 7 points of radiant damage as I utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from me, and each creature that I can see within range that I target, which will just be him, takes the damage. So there you go. Bright light. Big bright light. You did bright light at me, I do bright light back at you.
Bright light, bright light.
And then I will move, and that will be the end of my turn.
All right, that will bring up Dandy.
All right. Well, we know exactly what's going to happen here.
Good old stibbity
Dandy's-
stab.
Yep, she's going to pull out she's going to draw her rapier and poke it. Poke it hard. $19 to hit?
19 hits.
Yay!
You have advantage on the attack because you might
Yep.
get a crit, just saying. I'm flanking it.
No crit.
Worth a shot.
You will apply your sneak attack bonus because you have an ally within 5 feet of it.
Okay. Hold on, let me move these. There we go. Alright, that's 6 from just the straight rapier. That's 6, 10, 14, 19, 22 on the sneak.
Nice. Is that your turn?
I am going to bonus action disengage, just move away from it a little bit.
All right. That'll bring up Vinfira.
All right. Everyone will hear Vinfira once again speaking in Infernal, her eyes going black, the shadows swirling, not just around her, but around this creature's feet, rising up around it as she is casting Blight. And it needs a DC 17 Constitution save. And Tyr, if it's all right with you, I went ahead and rolled my damage already so that I don't have to sit here adding stuff while you're waiting on me.
Okay, go ahead and give me that damage.
All right, if he failed, he'll take 45. If he was successful, he'll take half.
All right. So the shadows swirling at the feet of the changeling, the necrotic vines wrapping up around this creature, burying, digging, burning, as it will scream in horror. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
It is its turn. It will throw its hands upward, like over its eyes, and mutter something in a language that none of you will understand. With a bright flash of light, I need everybody to please give me a intelligence saving throw. Dandy.
24.
Okay. Karak.
Intelligence. 8.
You are stunned.
Yep.
Scrimp.
17.
17. And Vinfira.
I rolled a natural 20 for a 21.
All right. That will bring up Scrimp.
Bonus action, steady aim. He's gonna just take another shot at this thing with the hand crossbow. That is a where'd you go? 25.
25 will hit.
Okay, getting the sneak attack damage. That is 20 sneak attack damage, and I'm going to use my Piercer reroll damage for 8 piercing damage on top of that.
And that will do it. Just that quickly, this creature attacking the flash of light, the stunning of Karak, the damage that you all have done so quickly, just more than this creature had any mindset to anticipate. And with a final crossbow bolt, it is put down.
Wow. Looks over at Vampire. Good job.
Is the cage still there?
The cage is still there. Karak, as it dies, you are no longer stunned.
Yeah. What? What happened? Where'd it go?
It's
Arm
dead.
shot at-
Oh. Well, good job then.
Scrump will go over and try to retrieve the 2 bolts out of the creature.
They are shattered.
Damn. I'll curse and lean and then shake his head. Turning
Now
his
you know
attention
my
to
pain with daggers. Although
Truly.
usually the creature disappears if I can't get my dagger back.
It just must have been shitty bolts. And he'll kick the changeling creature again. Turning his attention to the cage. How's the guy? How is our sprocket?
He is unconscious.
Is the cage still glowing?
It is.
I don't know if I have that or if I have the pot. I think I can get that though. Let me see here. When you say he's unconscious, I'm gonna throw a healing word at him just to
Okay.
see if that helps. Can't hurt him, right?
He will open his eyes, taking a deep inhale. No. If he's dead, the monster will attack.
What monster?
Thud. Doom. Doom. You will feel something slamming under your feet.
That's not good.
Now I don't understand how we were supposed to help you. Are you just a trap?
I'm bait. Please let me out of here. I can fight with you.
The cage is magical. We can
I'd
try
also-
to open it.
Can I insight check that whether or not he would actually be able to help us, or if
Go
he's
ahead.
actually going to? Scrimp's been lied to once today. He doesn't want to be lied to again. That's a 7.
Seems fine.
Cool.
The key. The key. He had the key.
Dandy will look on the changeling.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, let's take his wallet and his watch too while we're at it.
Mm-hmm. Anything of value. 15 is probably enough, but with my investigation, it's a 29.
29. You find the key. You find 1,000 gold pieces.
Woohoo!
You find a red decahedron similar to the one that the captain had.
Dandy's just gonna pocket that for now, and use the key on the cage.
As you turn to lock, the cage vanishes. The gnome weakly trying to stand.
See what I've got left in the tank. It's not a lot. I'll use a healer's kit on him, and he will get 5 plus 4, 9 points of healing,
Okay.
and I'll give him a cure wounds. And he'll get 7 plus 4 is 11 points of healing.
All right. He will pull himself up to his feet wearily, shakily. We must... The life raft. If it's still out there, we can escape, maybe.
And
All
go
right.
where?
Lead the way.
He will stumble across the platform heading towards the life raft that had recently picked you all up.
Actually, I'm gonna run. I run back to our camp.
The Scrip also runs back to camp and is
Yeah.
grabbing his bag.
Yeah, I'm grabbing all my gear.
With chainmail, what's your armor class? Correct.
18 currently.
18. A blade will bounce off of your chest, as you will see coming, as if breaking a invisible spell, another changeling.
There's 2 of them. Yeah, no, I'm fuck this guy. I'm gonna smack him in the head with a hammer.
Give me an attack roll.
Jesus Christ! All right, these dice. You handed me these dice. That's another natural 20. That
Woo!
symbol likes to be seen. So that's
Is that the ambassador dice?
that is the ambassador dice, guys. Like, go buy some ambassador dice. These are awesome. I need my actions so I can see what my plus to hit is. There we go. So that's a 27 to hit, and
That'll hit.
yeah, and he's gonna take. Go, die, go. You take 9 points of bludgeoning and what is the thing that does with that?
Does it not get doubled?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, he gets. I'm sorry. He gets 12 points of bludgeoning.
That'll do him.
Plus 3 is yeah. So
That'll do him.
Okay.
This one wasn't as strong as the other one. So
hey,
instantly, his head smashed.
Yeah, just for let's just do overkill for a second, just because it's fun. So he takes 15 points of bludgeoning. He takes 4 points of lightning, and he's blasted back 10 feet from me when I hit him.
Right.
Like the guy comes out of invisibility, hits me with a sword, and I'm like, "Fuck no!" Bam! He just goes launching.
He's dead. DRT.
And he
dead right there.
ragdolls.
Yep.
And then I go grab my plate armor and my bag.
Danny is hastily trying to take down the tent.
You see a tentacle come busting up through the platform.
Yep. And I grab the cauldron and I haul ass. Just shoving the cauldron in the bag, carrying my armor, running.
Dandy's got like tent poles and the canvas like in her arms. She's running.
Leave the tent. We've got 5 of them. Let's go.
Yeah, Ven would have run back with them, just grabbed her personal things, which is really just her bag and her other dress, and that's it.
Okay, Dandy'll huck the canvas and poles.
And right as you get to the edge of the platform, you'll see a tentacle bust up through the life raft. Scrimp will scream, "Fuck! We're going to have to fight it." And this is where we're going to pause for the evening.
Kraken fight! Kraken fight! Kraken fight!
Titanic, or Speed to Titanic to now Wrath of the Gods. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Tonight went absolutely nothing like I had it planned.
Possibly Pirates of the Caribbean 2? 3?
Whichever one has this.
Whichever one they fight the Kraken. I don't remember which one they fought the Kraken in.
Technically
Somebody in chat
both.
knows the answer.
I think it's technically both.
Probably. Because they do encounter it in one, and then it swallows Johnny Depp, and then they have to
Encounter
get
it
him out of
in
it.
2.
That's
Yeah,
I'm well, no,
they
I'm,
encounter
I'm,
two, and then
I-
3 is World's End when they try to go get him.
yeah. No, I meant in one of the 2 they encounter it, and then they have to escape from it and fight it again in the other one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That.
Locke, roll a d20
Yes.
for me.
Don't fuck me, Ustad. That is a 15.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tom Atlas, you have won a one-shot for 2022. All of our one-shots will
Hooray!
be resolved in 2022. We have one for Thanks Much Neighbor. We have one for Draco Wynn. And now we have one for Tom Atlas. Good job.
Congratulations, hon.
All right, so let's remind people who we are, where they can find us, and get the hell up out of here.
Hey everybody, I'm Ren Matley. I was the voice of Venfira tonight, and you can find me over on Twitter at Ren_Matley.
Hello everyone, I'm Patrick, and I was the voice of Scream. And you can find me on Twitter at PeculiarPatrick.
Hi everyone, I'm Alice, the voice of Dandy Santhy Jelpin Gigglebox Pincushion Monfrey, and you can find me on Twitter at Cap'n Cuppycake.
Hi gamers, I'm still Locke Clark, and you can find me on the Book of Faces and the Twitter Patients at Locke Unruly. That's Locke with an H.
And I'm Tyr the DM. I'm the world's okayest DM. And I've got to tell you, tonight, I had no idea that this was going to go sideways, so this was all improv off the top of my head, because what I had planned... Yeah. Rock's Wife One Shots is a game that is designed to be ran in one single session or a couple of sessions instead of a long campaign. So it is basically a short D&D game, and we give them away here. So, yeah. So keep coming back. You may win one. Speaking of keep coming back, guys, if you enjoy this, make sure you tell your friends. Make sure you keep coming back. Saturdays at 9 p.m., Sundays at 8 p.m. We're doing some great things. We're going to be doing some great things on Patreon starting in 2022. Just a lot of good things coming, guys. A lot of good things coming.
And don't forget to join Tyr and I on Friday afternoons at noon to as we talk D&D rules, minutia, and other bullshit on cast guidance.
Or as we like to call it, cast tangent.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you guys had fun. I hope the audience had fun. This was an interesting one because I was like, what the fuck am I going to do now?
This is what happens when Keanu Reeves blows up the bus at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, what do you do?
By
with the
throwing
other,
bacon at it.
what do you do with the other hour and a half you got in the movie?
Oops.
All right. Finally, my final thoughts on this, guys, is remember you're not alone. Times get hard, things get difficult. But in the end, there are people out there to love you and support you. Let them. Bask in their love and their strength until you grow stronger. As Locke likes for me to say, let people touch you in the dark and it'll get hard. But in all seriousness, you
That's
are
not the way
not
that-
alone. You are not alone. Remember that love and inclusion, these are the torches that light a path to a better tomorrow. Come join us and be torchbearers. And remember to live a life to make yourself proud. We'll see you next time.